first saw you walking in with all your friends. To tell the truth, baby, I swear I lost my brain. Out of this world, you're the girl I've been searching for. I'm getting high, just one smile, you're so beautiful. You say you wanna dance, you put your hand in mine. Let's have the time of our lives. Living it up on a Friday night, living it up and we're feeling alright. And we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. Living it up with you by my side, living it up till the morning light. And we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. Been hanging on so long for somebody like you, 'cause no one else has ever made me feel the way that you do. Feels like I'm winning, living in a perfect dream. I wanna wake up every morning with you next to me. So come on, take a chance when I ask you for your hand. Come on, hey baby, say yes. Living it up on a Friday night, living it up and we're feeling alright. And we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. Living it up with you by my side, living it up till the morning light. And we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. And we're feeling alright, and we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. Living it up with you by my side, living it up till the morning light. And we sing whoa, oh, oh, 'cause love found us. Love found us. Yeah, love found us. Love found us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
I strolled into an old beach bar. I met a man with 1,000 scars. He could tell I had a heavy heart, so he ordered a couple more. What brings you by today? He said. Was it the one who got away? Boy, I could teach you a couple things, 'cause I've lived through love and war. Maybe all she wanted from you was to be there by her side. Maybe all she needed from you was to listen every time. Forgiveness on your knees, 'cause flowers ain't enough. Boy, when it comes to a woman's love, all I know is don't play with roses. I stumbled home to an empty bed, thinking about every word he said, and everything I could have done instead of watching her move on. It's what I thought was going so well, turned into going through hell. Lying here reminding myself of why she's really gone. Maybe all she wanted from you was to be there by her side. listen every time. Forgiveness on your knees, 'cause flowers ain't enough. Boy, when it comes to a woman's love, all I know is don't play with roses. Maybe all she wanted from you was to be there by her side. Maybe all she needed from you was to listen every time. Forgiveness on your knees, 'cause flowers ain't enough. Boy, when it comes to a woman's love, all I know is, yeah, when it comes to a woman's love, all I know is don't play with roses.
His name is Jamie Stever. He is a great Canadian artist, and those are two great songs, Don't Play With Roses and Love Found Us. Well, you found us at Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, The Tim Kelly Show on KICR. IndieCountryRadio.com is our website from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. We got a great live show lined up for you tonight. 2 for Tuesdays, what we got going on there. You're going to hear 2 songs in a row from every artist all show long. We'll do that. And we got a couple of great radio interviews tonight. At the bottom half of hour number 1, my special guest will be Kyle Kilgore. And at the bottom half of the second hour, Andrew Wooten's going to stop by. And those are 2 great artists as well. We'll hear the stories behind their songs and have a couple of great radio interviews tonight. We also want to thank all of the radio stations that replay this program. Great ones like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be, also from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us, Bourbon Trail Radio, Down the Road Radio FM from Ireland, or .com rather, and we got Bourbon Trail Radio and Top Shelf Radio Texas, RadicalOnlineRadio.com. We are affiliated with a great Sony Orchard record label called Lake Paradise Records, LakeParadiseRecords.net, and also Major Record Distribution, and they also are a Sony Orchard record label. You can find the show on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen to podcasts, just search The Tim Kelly Show. This next artist is a great female country artist out of the state of Texas. Her name is Jenna Paulette. This is called You and...
You blew in like a Cheyenne wind, blue green eyes with a whiskey grin. It's almost like you knew I had a heart to steal. Yeah, we danced till the lights came on. Kiss me slow to a George Strait song. I had no doubt that you were the real deal. You got the head, you got the cattle, you put 1,000,000 miles on that saddle. You sure know how to make a cowgirl fall. You got the boots and scars on your knuckle, but settling down don't win any buckles. You ain't no good at sticking it out for the long
newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Dressing up his blue jeans and a pearl snap, in shorts are taking off their ball cap. Drink beer instead of champagne. Free time he's fishing on the lake. Good dog in an old truck. Football was their first love. Little work trying to settle them down, but there's something about them boys with a little twang saying hey, two-finger wave down a two-lane, baby, singing along to some country gold, shooting the bull over something cool. Sounds more than a little like his old man. There's something sexy about the way he says yes, ma'am. Even sweeter when you hear him sweet talk. You fall fast for a boy with the slow draw. Going out is somewhere you can dance slow. Flowers you get, they pick 'em on the way home. They say it all without saying too much. No, you can't get enough of them boys with a little twang saying hey, two-finger wave down a two-lane, baby, singing along to some country gold, shooting the bull over something cool. Sounds more than a little like his old man. There's something sexy about the way he says yes, ma'am. Even sweeter when you hear him sweet talk. You fall fast for a boy with the slow draw. Yes, you do. You fall fast for him. Good dog and an old truck. Football was their first love. Little work trying to settle them down, but there's something about them boys with a little twang saying hey, two-finger wave down a two-lane, baby, singing along to some country gold, shooting the bull over something cool. Sounds more than a little like his old man. There's something sexy about the way he says yes, ma'am. Even sweeter when you hear him sweet talk. You fall fast for a boy with the slow draw. You fall fast for a boy with the slow draw. You fall fast for a boy with the slow draw.
You're listening to Two for Tuesday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
I wake up every morning and it happens again. She's wrapped up all around me. If she keeps loving on me like this, I'm never gonna want her to leave. Her pretty face is always wearing a smile. She swears I put it there. Well, who am I to question why she's crazy about me, when honestly I don't care. If it keeps going like it's going, if we keep rolling on this strong, if it keeps going like it's going, gonna keep on rolling along. Yeah, keep on rolling along. I thought by now she'd have changed her mind, moved on to someone new. But she can't get enough of this good old boy. So what's a good old boy to do? If it keeps going like it's going, if we keep rolling on this strong, if it keeps going like it's going, gonna keep on Yeah, I keep on rolling along. No way I'm gonna fight it, this wave I'm gonna ride it. Sometimes it's just your time. If it keeps going like it's going, if we keep rolling on this strong, if it keeps going like it's going, gonna keep on rolling along. If it keeps going like it's going, if we keep rolling on this strong, if it keeps going like it's going, gonna keep on rolling along. Yeah, baby, keep on rolling along. Yeah, keep on rolling along.
His name is Marty Heddon. That is called Going Like It's Going. Boy, I'll tell you what, if the music keeps going like it's going, you're in for a treat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We do call it New Country's Best for a reason. You can follow us over there on Twitter at New Country's Best as well. And I am at Tim Kelly on air. We are on the air right now doing 2 for Tuesday, double shots of every artist all show long. Let's do another one for Marty Heddon. This is called A Little Less Lonely on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm only half past heartache, and it's almost closing time. Just like that clock on the wall, you're still hanging on my mind. Every sip feels like one more step, a little farther down that line. I'm a little less lonely, a lighter shade of blue. I'm climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Pour me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight. When this glass is empty, maybe I'll be able to smile. Even two-step with a stranger, forget about you for a while. It's a long, hard road, and I'm moving real slow, but at least for a few more miles I'll be a little less lonely, a lighter shade of blue. I'm climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Order me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight. Pour me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight.
Number 1 for today's country. New music discovery.
She said goodbye for the last time, and I ain't heard a word from that girl. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm nurse a cold beer. Ease her out of my mind with a little Merle. I'm gonna crack one open, crank one up. Love's gone to hell, so to hell with love. Gonna need 3 chords to tell the truth. Only thing that helps getting over you is a steel guitar, long necks on a neon bar. Yeah, the only way this heart is getting through this good old ice cold country music. Man, they get me straight and whittly. They always bring me back from the brink. She ain't been gone long, but I know she's long gone. So I think I'll just stay here and drink. I'm gonna crack one open, crank one up. Love's gone to hell, so to hell with love. Gonna need 3 chords to tell the truth. Only thing that helps getting over you is a steel guitar, long necks on a neon bar. Yeah, the only way this heart is getting through this good old ice cold country music. Crank one up, love's gone to hell, so to hell with love. Gonna need 3 chords to tell the truth. Only thing that helps getting over you is a steel guitar, long necks on a neon bar. Yeah, the only way this heart is getting through this good old ice cold country music. Good old ice cold country music. Yeah.
What a way to get through this 2 for Tuesday tonight with some ice cold country music. They are a great country rock band called Sutherland. You got to go check them out. They are fantastic. Every song I have in my library of theirs is absolutely awesome. So go check them out. Sutherland. One more from them. It is called Ain't For Me on Today's Country. The Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on 2 for Tuesday.
Every now and then I wear that pair of jeans without the skull rings. And every once in a while I knock the dust off this old truck. Yes, sometimes I trade a black label bourbon for a bottle of red wine, and put on some old school Conway and crank it up. It ain't for me, it's for her, cause when she gets that shine in her hazel eyes, I can't help but do everything she likes. When I do, it leads to one hell of a night. It ain't for me, it's for her, and that smile she smiles right before that kiss, like midnight champagne on my lips. I'm all about giving that girl what she deserves. It ain't for me, it's for her. Yeah, I love drinking beer with my buddies at the bar on Fridays, and the way that a 2-stroke John Boat motor winds. Yes, sometimes I trade a little bit of back road gravel for a little bit of downtown hassle. It's whatever she wants every single time. It ain't for me, it's for her, cause when she gets that shine in her hazel eyes, I can't help but do everything she likes. When I do, it leads to one hell of a night. It ain't for me, it's for her, and that smile she smiles right before that kiss, like midnight champagne on my lips. I'm all about giving that girl what she deserves. It ain't for me, it's for her. It ain't for me, it's for her. It ain't for me, it's for her. Cause when she gets that shine in her hazel eyes, I can't help but do everything she likes. And when I do, it leads to one hell of a night. It ain't for me, it's for her. And that smile she smiles right before that kiss, like midnight champagne on my lips. I'm all about giving that girl what she deserves. It ain't for me, it's for her. No, no. It ain't for me, it's for her. Yeah, yeah.
Once again, that is a great group called Sutherland. It is called Ain't For Me, and live on KICR Indie Country Radio, the Tim Kelly Show on a 2 for Tuesday. And we have live Kyle Kilgore with us tonight. How are you, my friend?
Tim, I'm doing well. How are you this evening?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for calling in to the program. And where are you calling in from tonight?
I'm back at home right now, just outside of Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas. My wife moved to Branson, where I'm located, from Wichita about 20-plus years ago.
Okay. There's a lot to do in the Branson, Springfield area.
Yep.
It's a good time.
Absolutely. And I grew up in Fort Scott, Kansas, over in the southeast corner. I've been to Wichita many times.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and we got a band that I play on the radio called Keeper of the Plains, and the Plains was Wichita, Kansas. They moved to Texas from Wichita as well. So.
Okay. Yeah, we've got the big Keeper of the Plains statue downtown Wichita. So.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm excited about playing your music tonight. I want to give a big shout out to Jeff Duda, who set this radio interview up, Roadside Music Management. And he's got me and you and Andrew Wooten tonight, so we got some.
Good deal.
We're in tune for some good music tonight.
Good deal. Yeah, Jeff's our manager and kept us on the road and plenty busy and got me in contact with good people like yourself.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Good.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a lot to talk about. As you being from Wichita, you have done over 500 shows, it says, since forming your band in 2018. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's been a grind. We've been kind of all over the place, and you know, I guess I still love it.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of doing anything different.
Yep, I'm same way with country radio. We just celebrated year number 10 last May, a couple of months ago, and
good for y'all.
Still plugging along and playing the best in new country. And I'll tell you what, it just it ceases to amaze me, the talent that is out there that I still don't know about after doing this for so long.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've run across a few of them on the road that, you know, I just can't believe I've shared a stage with.
Yeah, Randy Rogers Band, Turnpike Troubadours, Cross Canadian Ragweed, Granger Smith, Eric Pasley, Parmalee, Aaron Watson, lots of good ones.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate on who we've gotten to share the stage with, and that list continues to grow. Worked with William Clark Green not too long ago.
Yeah.
So it's just been a wild ride. It's been a fun one, and like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world.
That is awesome. And you're doing quite well on the country music charts, too, specifically out of the state of Texas. So that's good stuff, too. And the Red Dirt Texas country has really taken off in the last few years. I spent 20 years in southeast Oklahoma, and that's where I developed my love for country music and wanted to do country radio back in the 90s, the early 90s. But I tell you what, that Red Dirt Texas country is some pretty good stuff too, and it is really doing well.
Absolutely, and that's what I kind of grew up listening to.
Uh-huh.
My dad has been a musician my whole life, and he's actually the bass player in my band now, which is fun.
Nice.
But he was back. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old, and he was playing with a group that was doing a bunch of Red Dirt covers, and so he, you know, back in the late 90s, it was still CDs. So he had a bunch of CDs that he was going back through.
Yep.
And I remember, an old Cross Canadian Ragweed album, and on my little portable CD player, listening to all of that, and then getting into Stoney LaRue, and then from there it turned into Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers and a lot of the guys from Texas. But that's the kind of music that, if I'm in charge of playing the tunes in the car, that's what we're listening to.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The gentleman that owns Bass Pro lives up here in Springfield. The corporate headquarters of the store is Springfield, Missouri, and Johnny Morris had the Mark Chapman Band and some of those Red Dirt Country bands come and play at their company picnic. I used to work for Bass Pro doing some cool stuff for them, and so it was pretty neat to get to see guys like that and really appreciate some of the Red Dirt Country music that they make and just get great country in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it goes back to a lot of the storytelling and the, true instruments, not the modern bro country. And
right.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it's very different.
And isn't it interesting how many different genres now are within country music? You've got the outlaw country, the red dirt country, there's pop country, and I like a lot of that too. And the classic country, the urban sound. There's just so many genres within country music now. I think probably more than any other genre out there.
I agree. But what I think is important about country music is a good song is still a good song.
Yeah.
And I think people still recognize that.
I'm one of them. I hear a lot of music, and I'll tell you what, I was impressed when I heard you, so that's how we get on the radio.
Heck yeah, well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, you said your dad plays in your band now. Tell us a little bit about that, how that happened.
So my dad's a bass player. He's always been a bass player. And he started, playing shows and in bars when he was 12 years old. Started some other bands, has been in and out of tour buses in the late 80s, early 90s. And, music has always been around in my life because of him. And when I got out of college and was really trying to start music back in 2014, I formed a band with one of his old bandmates' sons, and we needed a bass player, so he filled in, and then, just things led to another. That band dissolved. I joined a different band that he wasn't a part of, and I ended up getting fired from that band. That's a different story for a different day.
I've been fired a time or two.
But I decided I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to write my own songs. I wanted to play my own songs, and be in control of kind of everything. And my dad was playing with somebody else, and I needed a bass player. So, he was playing with me, playing with this other band, and then when things started to kick up for me and I was doing a lot more dates, he kind of asked me if I wanted him, if this was the long-term thing, and I said yes. So he's one of my best friends in the world.
That's awesome.
He keeps me in check most of the time. I'm in my early 30s, and I can still, I'm not quite as wild as I was in my 20s, but there's still that wild side in me, so he helps keep me in check a little bit.
Yep.
And so it's been a lot of fun, and thankfully we still get along. We're, like I said, him and I were hanging out earlier today, so
that's
him and
awesome.
I are still pretty close.
I talk about it all the time. One of the most important things you can have when you're doing this crazy thing called country music and you're out on the road a lot and, you're away from your family, but having that family support is huge. If you're married and your wife and kids are behind you 100%, but you got your dad with you playing in your band, that's a special kind of relationship right there. And you guys, like you said, you were just hanging out today. So getting to have that is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you brought up wives. My wife is 100% on board, and my mom has supported my dad for however many years. And, thankfully, my wife and my mom are very close friends as well now. So
Yeah.
when we're gone, they get to hang out together and don't have to deal with us dummies. And, you know, it's worked out really well. We've got awesome women in our life, and, you know, we wouldn't be able to do it without them, and
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do it without my dad, and it's all just kind of worked out really well for us.
Same thing here. I mean, my wife's not here in the room, but she's hanging out in our live interactive chat room that we got going on and supports the radio program 100% and enjoys listening to the music for 3 hours too. So makes everybody's day a whole lot better with you guys helping everybody out. And that's the reason why you do music, is because it does touch people and touch their lives, and you want to tell those stories. And that brings up another thing I want to ask you. Now, this would be a really cool thing if this happens with you and your dad. Most of the artists that I interview on the program write their own music. Is that true of you?
It is.
If so, do you co-write with your father maybe?
We have. I haven't published anything that him and I have written together.
Uh-huh.
And not because I don't like it, but just kind of because it doesn't fit on some of the projects that I've done.
Okay.
But, you know, you were asking pre-interview about the song Passenger Seat. That was actually written by my younger brother, Keelan Kilgore.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's all full circle.
That's awesome. I love it. And you've got a brand new single that I didn't happen to get sent over, so we'll get that on the air next time that I'm on, and we can come back and do another interview. This just gets you warmed up to the relationship that we usually build. I've interviewed some of these artists like yourself 5 and 6 times, so I love it when you come back every few months and talk about something else new that you got going on.
Well, and we're working to get some shows booked down in your neck of the woods, and you know, next time I'll just be able to come hang out in the studio.
Hey, that sounds awesome. So I'm doing some Friday and Saturday shows from the Branson Star Theater right behind the Olive Garden on the 76th Strip. So you can come out and hang out in the lobby, watch me do the radio show live there. You can sit right down beside me, and we can talk on the air a little bit too. And they got concessions in there, and they got a karaoke contest going on right now. They're having the finals and the semifinals right now. So that starts at 10 p.m., so I'll be off the air right at 10, and you can hang out and do karaoke with the folks, too, if you wanted.
Good deal.
So,
I'm in.
Yeah, the Nashville Roadhouse Live is also going to be doing a 30-minute TV show that got picked up by NBC, and it's going to start airing in September. So I'll give you all that information, and maybe we can see you on that big stage or on TV as well.
Awesome. I would love that.
Have you been to Branson recently?
It's been a couple of years.
Okay.
So probably the last time was the day after my wife and I got married. We didn't do our honeymoon right away, but we wanted to get out and get away from people, and so we went down to Branson. We spent a few days, just the two of us, and that was 5.5 years ago now. So
wow. Well, congratulations. We got married a year and a half ago. Our anniversary will be coming up this October on the 10th, and we got married south of Branson, overlooking Table Rock Lake. Had a beautiful venue, and we absolutely love a fall wedding in the fall time here in Branson when the trees start turning. It is absolutely beautiful. You got to come see it if you haven't ever checked that out.
I was going to say, Branson's beautiful all times of the year. I've gone down in the summer, I've gone down in the winter, and it's just beautiful all year long.
Lots of good stuff to do here, and it has such a great music history in country music. Buck Owens and, Roy Clark, he had a theater here. They started Hee Haw together, but Roy Clark had his theater here for many years. Glenn Campbell had one. Mickey Gilley, who we just lost a little over a year ago, has a theater here. They're still doing other shows out of it, but Mel Tillis used to hang out here all the time. And Andy Williams, for 19 years, wasn't even in country music, but had a good 19-year run here in Branson, and his Christmas show was the biggest thing here in that season.
Yep. I think I've seen one of those Christmas shows.
Yep. My brother produced his commercials for a couple of years and put them on TV. So
good deal.
That's kind of what brought me to Branson. He says, why don't you move down here since you want to be in radio and in entertainment and stuff like that? So here we are. Now, let me ask you this. Where do you go to record your music? Do you travel to Nashville, or do you use a studio close to where you live in Wichita?
So I've gone to a few different studios. So the first EP that we put out, the Jackson EP, which was 2018, we did in Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
the Living on the Run EP, which we put out in 2020, we did down in Tyler, Texas.
Okay.
And then my new single that we just got done recording a few months ago was in Nashville at Studio 45B with producer Grady James. So it's just kind of, it depends on the project. I'll go where it fits, and for this last single, Nashville is where it fit.
That is awesome. And Living on the Run is the single that we're going to play here, first one on the Two for Tuesday. So tell us a little bit more about this one. It's the title track, obviously, of the EP, but did you write this one?
I didn't. It's kind of funny. The two that you brought up, I actually didn't write.
That's all right.
But I'm not too proud to say that. My guitar player, Chris Whitehead, he wrote that.
Uh-huh.
And you know, we were looking for songs, and I've got 150 songs that I've written that nobody's ever heard before.
Wow.
Give or take,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we were sitting at a rehearsal one night, and I was kind of talking about, putting an EP together, and he's like, well, I've got this song if you'd be interested in it, and he played it for us, and I was like, man, that just fits really well. It's a fun song. We put it out towards the end of the summer. I think it was September or October, and it might have been earlier than that in 2020.
Yeah.
But it just fit really well. It was fun. I really enjoyed what we did musically with it. So Chris Whitehead wrote that, and it's been, we've played it every night for the last couple of years because the response we've seen from it.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to play it tonight on Two for Tuesday. We're going to come back and talk to Kyle Kilgore a little bit more when we return from Living on the Run on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Two for Tuesday.
Got the 68 Chevy gas and loaded up. Back of Winston's on the seat and a Dixie cup. Roll the windows down when I make a stop, and I can feel the heat rising off the blacktop. Here and go again out on this highway. Ain't stopping for nothing, standing in my way. Not looking for love, trying to get sideways, but these byways are just my way. Living on the run. Heading southbound Interstate 35. Can't even read the signs as they're flying by. Chris and I cranked up on the stereo. Can't hang yourself if you ain't got enough rope. Here and go again out on this highway. Ain't stopping for nothing, standing in my way. Not looking for love, trying to get sideways, but these byways
His name is Kyle Kilgore. That is called Living on the Run. Man, that is a great, great song. And even though you didn't write it, you did great justice to somebody else's words, man. And that takes real talent, too.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a song we connect to.
Yeah.
You know, just out there living on the run.
You know, and I play a lot of artists that are on Blake's team of The Voice and others. You know, Kelly's Clarkson had a few country artists that did pretty well on The Voice. Presley Tennant is one in particular that I play a lot. And to be on those talent competitions, you got to cover somebody else's song and put your heart and soul into it and make it your own. And, you know, try to really knock it out of the park and do as good as you can with it. So that's what those shows are all about. And when I hear that, you know, a song was pitched to you that you took on and you make a hit out of it, that's really cool.
I think it comes back to definitely finding songs that you connect to.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one that I connected to, you know, just not looking for love, not looking for trouble, we're just out here on the run, you know, on the road, on the run, just making it happen.
Absolutely. And speaking of making it happen, you did, we talked about it a little bit, you've had over 500 different shows that you've performed, and you've performed with a lot of big names. But I want to ask you this question. What is your dream gig, Kyle? An artist that you would like to either open for that you haven't, or somebody you might like to have up on stage and do a duet with? Who might be some names we might know?
You know, I would be out of line if I didn't say I would love to share the stage with George Strait.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think any country artist, you know, could and should or probably would say that.
Yeah.
You know, outside of that, man, it's hard to say because the guys that I grew up listening to, I've pretty much played with all of them.
That's awesome.
Randy Rogers and Cody Canada and those guys.
Yep.
You know, I want to sit and this sounds crazy, but whether I play a show with them or not, I want to sit in a writing room with Morgan Wallen, Hardy, and Ernest. Just because I think that they're putting out some of the best written songs in the modern era. You know, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
I'm getting ready to interview a young lady by the name of Audra McLaughlin, who was on Season 6 of NBC's The Voice Team Blake, and I didn't know it until I got her sent to me that Morgan Wallen was on that season, and he didn't make it as far as she did. She made it all the way to the finals, and Morgan Wallen didn't, and look what he's done.
Exactly. It's sometimes it's just right place, right time, and other times it's, you know, cutting your teeth and working your tail off and making it happen.
You know, it happened years ago for a young lady by the name of Miranda Lambert. Buddy Jewell actually won that season of Nashville Star. I think it was their very first season, and she came in second or third or something like that, but her career just absolutely took off, and she's a household name in the world of country music for the women.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am, too. She got it going on, for sure.
Sometimes I think it's better to come in second. Some of those people that have come in second have done much bigger things than the ones that have won it.
Now, you were telling me off the air while your song was playing a little bit ago that you did some radio stuff?
I did. When I got to college the first time, I was a journalism and radio TV major, and so I had my own show all 4 years of college, and it was a lot of fun. Moved to Nashville to work in sports. Did a little bit of sports commentary at a college down there, and then
now we're talking.
So that was kind of my go-to. When I was in college, I was doing color commentary for football and basketball games occasionally, and had, you know, a show on Friday afternoons on the college radio station that, you know, we just called it The Show, me and my roommate Clint, and we'd go talk sports, we'd talk music, we'd, you know, anything we could think of for about 6 hours at a time. Man,
that's awesome. I can totally see you doing that. You know, that's really why I wanted to get into broadcasting, because I love sports, and I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. I have all my tattoos are sports. I have Patrick Mahomes on my left arm. So,
there you go.
And they're doing quite well now. I've been through the tough years with Kansas City too, so the 2-14 seasons and all of that.
Yep.
But, it was back in the day for me, and I'll show my age a little bit, but it was Pat Summerall, John Madden calling those games for CBS and Fox in the 90s. And, Marv Albert with the NBA and all of that. Now he's retired, and I'm getting old, but not retired. I'm in my prime still. At least Amazon says I am if I pay for another month. But
there you go. If Amazon says it, it must be true.
That's right. And today's Prime Day on Amazon, by the way, for you folks.
I haven't spent any money that my wife knows about.
Yes, right. Well, we had a FedEx truck back in a little bit earlier to the place.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's really what I wanted to do in broadcasting. But then I got married, and the lady that I married was living in Oklahoma, and she is grown up and raised there around Ada, where Blake Shelton is from. And so we spent 20 years down there, and these 90s country music artists, like Blake himself later on, but it was like Toby Keith coming up, and Garth, of course, and Vince Gill. I think he hosted like 13 seasons of the CMA Awards. Those kind of guys are what made me want to do country radio. So my first radio job was a 100,000-watt station in McAllister, Oklahoma, if you know where that's at. So.
Yep, I do. I sure do.
We just went down there actually a couple of Sundays ago, and went down there for a nice little visit and got to drive right by the radio station. I haven't been in there in years, but yeah.
As I said, I think my wife's cousin lives down in McAllister.
Is that right?
Recently, yeah.
So, that's where I became Tim Kelly on the radio, because everybody had a radio name, and they asked me what I wanted mine to be, and so I picked that and been that for about 30 years on the radio. 10 on the internet.
Well, it seems to keep working out for you. You got to keep it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got a great name too. 2Ks, Kyle Kilgore. I love that. That's easy to remember. So,
and what's crazy enough is my parents were the ones that created that. I have
nothing to do with it. You didn't need a stage name. They got it for you.
Yeah, I remember playing like elementary school football, and we were playing a game. It was cold and rainy, and I think I was in 5th grade maybe, and none of us wanted to be out there. But I had a couple of tackles playing defense, and the PA announcer just like, man, Kyle Kilgore that's a great name. And I was like, it is a great name.
It is. He's absolutely right. Well, I'm looking also at your website, and I'm going to have you tell everybody what that is here in just a minute. But I'm looking at your tour dates now, and I see in a couple of days, 3 days, you're going to be in Hutchinson, Kansas. We've actually, me and my wife both been through there. Overland Park, Kansas. We got Shelly Lynn that listens to our show. She's not in the chat room yet, but I know she's probably listening. She's packing up to move, but she's moving from Overland Park to Olathe, so she's up by Kansas City. And we're both huge Chiefs fans. You're going to be in Norman, Oklahoma coming up in August. So you got some great dates coming up. So if you guys are out and about, go check out Kyle Kilgore in a live show. And if you like Red Dirt Country music, this gentleman makes it, and you'll be impressed. I know I was.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. So tell us what that website is. I'll let you tell it.
It's KyleKilgoremusic.com. A lot of people misspell Kilgore, so it's Killgore.
Okay.
So KyleKilgoremusic.com.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you tonight, and thanks for doing the interview. And don't be a stranger. Come back real soon, and we'll talk some more. It's been a pleasure.
Will do. Thanks, Tim. I've really enjoyed it.
I told you in that post on Facebook it was going to be a lot of fun. It always is when we get on the radio, but you've especially been a lot of fun. Real easy to talk to. I love it.
Well, I appreciate that.
And your music is top-notch, so keep doing that, too. Now, we're going to go out with Passenger Seat for your second one on 2 for Tuesday. And tell us again who wrote it. I know you told us earlier, but give him a shout-out again for writing this great song.
Yeah, my younger brother, Keelan Kilgore, wrote it.
Okay.
He's a professional baseball player. He got drafted by the Phillies in 2018, and has been playing pro ball with them since. But his first year of playing pro ball was really his first time leaving Wichita for an extended period of time without family and friends and, chasing a dream. And that's kind of what this song is about. He was engaged at the time when he wrote it. He's now married. And it's just a song about chasing dreams and hoping the ones you love are still there when you get back, whatever dream that may be. And as a musician, like we talked about with Living on the Run, it was something that I absolutely gravitated towards because you know, being on the road as often as I am, I leave my wife at home a lot and leave my dogs at home. I don't have any children, but leaving the ones I love and care about at home, and, you know, I'm just praying that one day they don't get fed up with me and I don't come back and all their stuff's gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's part of the family support, even though they're not with you on a lot of these shows, because it is a lot of, you know, time on the road, but they support you in what you want to do. And, you know, if you're making a living in country music, there's nothing better than that. And getting paid for what you're passionate about and doing what you want to do for a living. They gotta love that.
Absolutely. And, when I decided to go full time playing music, you know, going from, you know, 60 shows a year to 150, my wife was hesitant at first, and then she saw the passion and the fire and the, you know, that I was a better person doing this than before, because it's not work. It's a labor of love. I love what I do. I love every minute. I love every painstaking detail, and I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So
I can tell.
It is painstaking detail, and I love it.
And the bonus is you get to share it with your dad right there with you.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Man, I appreciate it tonight. Go check out Kyle Kilgore at KyleKilgoreMusic.com. And like I said, come back anytime, man. The door is open, and Jeff Duda can hit me up. You can hit me up. Send me a friend request. We'll hook up after the show tonight, and we'll definitely be playing your music. I absolutely had a great time talking to you tonight.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, Tim.
You got it. It is Passenger Seat. Kyle Kilgore on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on a 2 for Tuesday.
This past year's been crazy, girl. 6 months here and 6 months gone away from you. Every time I close a door, it's like I'm closing off the best side of me. Girl, am I crazy? So grab my heart and pull me close and tell me that you need me just like I'm needing you, like there's nothing we can do. And everything inside of me is screaming not to leave your side again. Not again. So grab my heart and pull the strings, 'cause baby, these damn dreams don't mean a thing with an empty passenger seat. Here we go again, driving down this dusty road, wheels spinning fast. How long will this dream last? 6-string riding next to me, pretending this old highway ain't so lonely without you, baby. So grab my heart and pull me close and tell me that you need me just like I'm needing you, like there's nothing we can do. And everything inside of me scream and turn this truck around and throw that guitar to the ground and hold you in my arms. So grab my heart and pull the strings, 'cause baby, these damn dreams don't mean a thing with an empty passenger seat.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Girl, you don't need another outlaw. Ain't looking for another Jesse James. Don't be fooled by my hat and boots. No, we ain't all the same. We don't all disappear into the sunset. Ain't all gunslanging, saloon door swinging drunks. We ain't all rough-cut ramblers out here gambling with love. From the looks of it, I can tell your heart's breaking. Dancing and stress, and you need saving. Girl, that's what cowboys are for. They ain't built for running, no, we're riding to the storm. Be your strength when you feel weak. Come in and sweep you off your feet. So take my hand, but let's get back up on that horse, 'cause that's what cowboys are for. I'd walk 1,000 miles across the desert, climb 100 mountains just so I love your biggest acid on the Arizona sky and hold you tight. Girl, that's what cowboys are for. They ain't built for running, no, we're riding to the storm. Be your strength when you feel weak. Come in and sweep you off your feet. So take my hand, but let's get back up on that horse, 'cause that's what cowboys are for. Dancing in the stress, and you've been waiting for a hero to go saddle up and save you. Girl, that's what cowboys are for. They ain't built for running, we're riding to the store. Your strength when you feel weak. Come and sweep you off your feet. So take my hand, let's get back up on that horse. That's what cowboys are for. That's what cowboys are for. That's what cowboys are for.
That gentleman has played with Tim McGraw last summer in his 2022 tour, opened for him along with Alexandra Kay and Russell Dickerson. He is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and a good friend of mine, Brendan Davis. We had a great radio interview a couple of months ago. Well, I just wrapped a great radio interview up with Kyle Kilgore tonight. What a phenomenal gentleman he is from Wichita, Kansas. How about that? And plain and simple in the plains, I'll tell you what, but great red dirt country. He was sure fun to talk to. And go check him out on his website, KyleKilgoreMusic.com. Tell him Tim Kelly sent you over there, and you'll be impressed. And he's got some great show dates, too. So if you live in the middle of the country like I do, go travel a couple of hours and go see Mr. Kyle Kilgore. It will be worth it. Well, it's always worth it to tune into this show, because every time I push play, a good song pops out. And here's another one. One of the singles from Brendan Davis called See You In It on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's Best on 2 for Tuesday.
Do you remember that time we were sitting there beneath the porch light on a late night? You were just smiling back at me. The world took the back seat. I was hanging on your every word. Or that night we caught the late show. Your daddy didn't know we were flying down a back road. His F-150 was where I stole your heart in the Georgia dirt. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this 2-bed, 1-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Thinking back now, I can still see summer sundress, your hair in a mess. We were everybody's dream, always be 18. Thought we had forever found. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in town to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this 2-bed, 1-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Yeah. I tried leaving, but every time I try to cross that county line, I find leaving here means leaving you behind. I can see you in this town, and you think I burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in time to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this 2-bed, 1-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. I see you in it.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's Country.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
Hell, I won't go home, yeah, watch me prove you wrong.
That is the latest single from Dusty Lee Houston. It is Huston. Dusty Lee Houston. It is called The Hell I Won't. We've had several great radio interviews together. She said, "You're not going to play that song, are you?" I said, "The hell I won't." So, yeah, there you go, right there for Two for Tuesday. This next song she wrote about her father. It is a smash hit, in my opinion. Dusty Lee Houston and 99 Halos on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
We said goodbye 3 years ago today. There ain't been one single night without you for me.
Sounds like this.
I'd rather drink a hot beer, build a fire in the pouring rain, burn all of my fishing gear, then set sail in a hurricane.
And this.
I don't want to be a good time girl, arm around my shoulder, shutting down your favorite bar.
And this.
99 Halo couldn't take you away.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR, Indie Country Radio.
good. I mean real good. She got that thing about her. She got that glow around her. It's been folded, but every time I hold it, I just can't believe you can fit in that much. Pretty in a 3x3. She's in that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink. Everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. There's a corner ripped off. Her name's in a heart at the bottom. There's a tear stain down the middle where I've cried a little over that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink. Everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She ain't in this house, this room, or this town. She ain't in this bed I'm laying in right now. Now she's in a red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me standing there, cutting me right straight to the core. Her eyes shine through the faded ink. Everything about it's bittersweet, because she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. Yeah, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She looks good, I mean real good.
His name is Randall King, originally from the great state of Texas, and we were just talking about that red dirt Texas country music. He makes great traditional sounding country music. Lots of steel guitar in his songs, and I absolutely love it. That one is called In the Picture. Well, picture this, in just a few more minutes, Andrew Wooten will be live with me on the radio for another great radio interview. We'll get to hear the stories behind his songs, play some of his music, and get to have a good little visit on KICR Indie Country Radio tonight. One more from Randall King, though, big fan favorite around here. It is called Hey Moon on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on 2 for Tuesday.
Hey moon, it's me again, that guy that's always checking back in. How's she doing? I'm hoping better than I've been. Hey moon, there's someone you see that stands between her love and me, and I miss her. Damn, I miss her. Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot, and I know that it's crazy talking to a rock in the sky. Oh, but I gotta try. Hey moon, is she looking up from her room and thinking of us? Has she been tucked in wondering where I've been, dreaming about seeing me again. Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot, and I know that it's crazy talking to a rock in the sky, but I gotta try. Hey moon,
to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
If you think I'm gonna be like all the others before you met me, those other clowns, I've gotta warn you now, I'm gonna let you down. If you're sure it's gonna fall apart and you're only waiting for me to break your heart, thinking that's what love's about, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. If you're suspecting that I'm only here to whisper sweet words in your ear just for tonight, I've gotta tell you now, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down.
His name is Lee Sims, my good buddy from Colorado. He makes great traditional country music as well. That is called I'm Gonna Let You Down. Well, I'm not gonna let you down. I'm gonna keep playing New Country's best. We're gonna do it for another 90 minutes, and we got a great radio interview coming up with Andrew Wooten after this next song. The latest from Lee Sims is called When Noah Built the Ark on the Tim Kelly Show. KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on 2 for Tuesday.
10 years old and wishing my pa would take me fishing, but he told me we had work to do. So with shingles and a hammer, he had me climbing up that ladder to help him patch that old farmhouse roof. Hadn't seen a cloud in weeks, and fish were at their peak. I was ticked off hot and elbow deep in tar. When he heard enough complaining, I remember my pa saying, son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. There's gonna come a time the sun ain't gonna shine. Tomorrow would be too late to start. So don't procrastinate, don't sit around and wait till it gets dark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. 13 summers later, well, I married Sherry Taylor. The first few months I was never around. Well, I was always doing something, golfing, fishing, or hunting, until that evening that my boss set me down. He said, here's some free advice. You better spend time with your wife, or you're gonna find your clothes out in the yard. You don't see the sense in changing until she starts complaining. But son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. There's gonna come a time the sun ain't gonna shine. Tomorrow would be too late to start. So don't procrastinate, don't sit around and wait till it gets dark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. So don't procrastinate, don't sit around and wait till it gets dark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. Son, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark.
Once again, his name is Lee Sims. Great traditional country music right there on the radio. Double shots all show long on this 2 for Tuesday. When Noah Built the Ark, the latest from Lee Sims. Well, we've got Andrew Wooten with us tonight on the radio as well. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, man. Thank you for having me on here.
Hey, thanks for doing the program. Calling all the way from South Carolina, right?
That's it. That's correct.
Hey, we appreciate it, and your time's a little bit different, so it's already 9:30 out there, and man, I know everybody's time is valuable. I appreciate the time tonight, and again, I want to give a big shout-out to Jeff Duda for telling me about you and Kyle Kilgore, Roadside Music Management. Now, did he find you on the roadside by chance, or?
He might have found me in the gutter, man.
In the gutter? Yep, that's how I get found most of the time on this radio program, probably. So we got that in common.
Good guy. guy, though, man. He's done a lot of good stuff for me. So
Absolutely. You know, he hit me up the other day, and I just happened to have a couple of available interviews for tonight, and so we got you right on. Usually, it's a pretty long wait to get on this program, and I'm already almost completely booked through August as well. So,
I
yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, and you've been we've been friends on Facebook for a little bit since we hooked up, and you've been supporting us with comments and stuff on social media. Looking forward to the interview tonight, and right back at you.
Absolutely.
So tell us about growing up. I guess you were born and raised in South Carolina?
Yeah, so I was born in Lawrence County, South Carolina. I grew up in a little town about 20 minutes away from Lawrence called Joanna, South Carolina. Grew up with my grandparents for quite some time and stayed with my dad for a little while, and then got through high school, and then I went to the military, went to the Marine Corps, did my 4 years, and got out, got some schooling done, and here I am doing some music now. So that's kind of in the nutshell.
Well, that is awesome, and thank you for your service in the military. What branch of the military?
I served 4 years active duty in the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Okay, awesome. I was telling you off the air, we have partnered with a great outdoor concert. Well, it's actually going to be an indoor concert in just outside of St. Louis. It's Freedom Jam USA. It's going to be their fourth one, and going to be happening September the 30th, and 100% of the proceeds is going to the veterans and to help them, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of things that the veterans did for us in this country that help us be able to have the freedoms that we do, to even be able to do radio programs like this or go see live music and shows like we do in Branson and your shows in South Carolina and all over the place. And so we owe it all to you guys.
Absolutely, and we appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, and that's awesome that's going on up there, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, anything to help the veterans out, I'm on top of that, and I'm buying tickets as well, so I'm going to support them with my money as well. So 100% of the proceeds, I just think they're doing a great thing, and they're bringing in some great artists. Some of them's been on NBC's The Voice, and Keith Whitley's son, is actually the headliner this year. So
that's really cool, man. I've heard, that's awesome.
You're going to be fun. Well, tell us about your journey in country music and kind of how you got started.
So I've been playing guitar and singing since I was about 14 years old, and I'm 20. I'll be 29 this year in December. So I've for about 14, 15 years now, and I did a little when I was in the Marine Corps. When we had some time off, I'd play for the boys in the smoke pit, man, and that's kind of where I found my voice. And then when I got out of the military, I started using my GI Bill, and I got some school done, and I'd come home every day from work, and I'd just sit there and watch some Billy Strings, some Lost Dog Street Band, and I really found my sound and my niche. And I had a few things happen that wasn't really. One of my best friends passed away from an overdose. Me and my wife got divorced, and it just kind of sprung a lot of my songwriting. I didn't really know I could write music until all that kind of stuff happened, and here I am 2.5 years later from all that stuff, and I got almost 20 songs out now in the streaming world, and looking forward to releasing another album at next year as well. So
that is awesome, man, and I talk about it all the time, and I was just talking to Kyle about it, and the two that I played tonight, he did not write, but his younger brother wrote one of the songs, and then, of course, he's got his dad playing bass in his band, so that is a really cool thing. But I love talking about songwriting, and the first song that I'm going to play tonight, you wrote, and it was the first one that was sent over to me that I've ever heard from you, called Mary, Jack, Jim, and You, so this is going to be interesting. What's this one about?
Yeah, so one evening I sat down in my living room on my couch in front of the hot sun because I don't have any shades in my living room, and I decided I was wanting to write kind of I typically write more of I don't really like to use a sad word, but kind of just very personal songs. And with this song, I was trying to aim for more like an Eric Church kind of sound. And I wrote about kind of being in a very toxic relationship and kind of just turning to things that, you don't necessarily need to turn to, and then just ending up, realizing that I got all my friends and that I need to move on, and that's kind of what the song came from.
Yeah.
So
awesome. You mentioned Eric Church, so that brings up another question that I usually ask, and I want to ask this of you. Who's some of your musical influences, or maybe somebody that you listened to on the radio growing up?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of Green Day, a lot of Metallica, a lot of Guns N' Roses, a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eddie Van Halen, Motley. kind of that old hair metal, southern rock, heavy hard rock kind of stuff. Then when I got into high school, man, I kind of ventured. I didn't grow up on any country music at all.
Wow.
And then when I got into school, I started hanging out with some friends that listened to country music, and I was like, man, this stuff's really actually pretty good. And then when I got out of the military, I found all that alternative country stuff I didn't even know existed, like your Billy Strings, your Benjamin Todds, your Pilot Childers, your Sturgill Simpson, your Cody Jinks. Like those guys are like they play a heavy role in my songwriting and my influence today. So I'm kind of all over the spectrum when it comes to music, but those are few of my biggest influences.
Yep, I love it. Gentleman that I've been friends with for a long time, Ward Davis. You've probably heard of him. He's super good.
Yes, I've heard Ward Davis come to town a couple of times. I know I've played with Josh Morningstar before. And I know they run in the same circle, kind of. So those guys they're some pretty good dudes, man. And they're good songwriters for sure.
Well, it's interesting. Been doing this for a while on the radio. We just celebrated year number 10 last May, and it's neat watching so many country music careers flourish of artists that we played as independents. And we're going to play you tonight, and it's going to be a pleasure to watch you as a young man, just 29, I believe you said.
I'm 28 now.
28. Be 29 soon. So watching your career take off and flourish. And we've played like Lainey Wilson's "Things a Man Ought to Know" was the songs that really took off for her as an independent artist. And then Cody Johnson, we were playing him before he got signed to his big record deal. High Valley out of Canada, and just a whole bunch of them. Man, it's been a fun ride in country music.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool to hear.
And I'll tell you what got me into country radio was that 90s country, but it actually is almost a little bit older than you, just about. It's getting up there.
Right.
Hard to believe that country music is almost 30 years old now, but but yeah, those Garth Brooks and Toby Keith and those guys and Tracy Lawrence. That was the first concert I ever saw. Was David Ball and Wade Hayes opened for Tracy Lawrence in Oklahoma.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
So,
that's really cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is of you. The reason that you want to do country music is because you've got a story to tell, and it does tell some of the best stories, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yes, sir. And I'm glad to be in that, in that genre and that label. Even though I don't like to be really labeled as anything, because I write what I feel, and but I love to be involved with the country music scene, man. It's really an honor and a blessing.
Yeah. Now, does a lot of that music that you talked about in the Metallica and all of those different rock bands kind of show up in your music as well, in your writing and in the way that you make it and produce it, a lot of this heavy electric guitar licks and things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Especially this new song you're going to play, Mary Jack Jimmy and You, is very, I would say it's very more southern rock and country kind of mix, bluesy a little bit. Because one of my favorite guitar players of all time is Stevie Ray Vaughan, man. I have his Couldn't Stand the Weather album on my wall at home, man. He's one of my all time favorites, man.
Wow.
Plays a huge music style.
That is awesome. I really don't know much about his music, but I definitely know who he is. My wife is in the live chat room right now. She's in the other room of the studio, but she's hanging out in here, and her father passed away about 5 years ago down in Fort Worth, Texas, and he is buried in the same cemetery that Stevie Ray Vaughan is, so we went over and took pictures of his graveside as well when we were putting her dad to rest. But yeah, that's really cool, and a lot of people know who he is, that's for sure. I hear his name come up a lot.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You just gave me cold chills saying that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to play one of your songs, Mary, Jack, Jim, and You, and then we're going to come back and talk some more with Andrew Wooten on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this 2 for Tuesday.
Man that you see ain't the man that I was, hadn't always been. So down on luck, barely scraping by, one line at a time.
these songs I wrote. And this heart you broke. Then along came Mary Jane, and I introduced her to Jack. Then along came pain, after wanting you back. This might take a little time for me to open up and tell my story, but I got all my friends, Mary, Jack, Jim, and you. If I burned out, heart turned black, with you in my arms and a knife in my back. Yeah, I know I'm better off alone, but a man can't help his addiction to wrong. Then along came Mary Jane, and I introduced her to Jack. Then along came pain, after wanting you back. This might take a little time for me to open up and tell my story, but I got all my friends, Mary, Jack, Jim, and you. Yeah, my boys keep calling me. They come in burning down like the old me, but I got all my friends, Mary, Jack, Jim, and you. But I got all my friends, Mary, Jack, Jim, and you.
Once again, his name is Andrew Wooten. That is Mary, Jack, Jim, and you. Great country music on the radio. Country rock music. You kind of combined it. And we were talking the previous interview with Kyle Kilgore. It's amazing that there are so many genres within country music. You got country rock. You got pop country. I like that. We got outlaw country. Texas red dirt country like Kyle likes to make. And there's just a bunch of them.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. There's definitely a lot of subgenres in the country music, and I love that.
Yeah. And it gives you a wide variety of, if you're writing music, and you've obviously done that, about 20 songs so far, to be able to get a lot of different influences from. And you got those rock and roll influences going on, so it definitely showed up in that song. So that's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, do you co-write with anybody, or have writing sessions, or ever go to any writers' rounds?
So I've been to a few writers' rounds, and these writers' rounds we're just playing our own music at these writers' rounds. I've only been to a few of them here in the upstate, but I wrote over probably close to 70 songs so far, and there's I think 2 of them I wrote with a co-writer. Mm-hmm. But I typically normally write by myself, man. I have my own, my own style, my own formula, my own way of getting in the right mindset and getting things I need to get out of my own head to paper. So
yeah,
I need to write myself. Yes, sir.
There you go. And that's another question that I ask a lot of times. Is it something that wakes you up in the middle of the night with a lyric or a hook in your head, and you got to finish that or write it down so you don't forget it, or do you actually plan to write and sit down and from start to finish try to make something happen?
Yeah, so I do not ever plan to write. I like to do it, if it feels right, if it feels okay, if I, in the right moment, right time. Mm-hmm. And there has been a few occasions where I've it's probably a month or so ago, I woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning and I wrote a whole entire song in my notes before I even got out of bed, and then I just went and put it to chords. And that rarely happens for myself. But I normally just go downstairs, man, and I'll just start playing the guitar. And if something inspires me at that moment, then I'll usually write 2 songs in the night. Most of the time, those songs they just sit on my phone. And sometimes I feel like they're good enough to put out. So that's usually.
I've talked to artists all the time, and I've heard as many as 100 songs that are unrecorded, that are, finished and written and ready to be recorded, as many as that. And I'm just amazed by that, because that is such a talent of songwriting and storytelling that I don't have. But I can do parody stuff and make funny stuff out of existing songs. But, from start to finish on a song, and, like Taylor Swift, I mean, a breakup or something like that, she whips out a napkin and a piece of paper and writes that thing in 10 minutes, or something like that. So.
Absolutely. And relating to that, man, looking at, like, I have my whole voice memos broken down in my phone, and I have 2 albums that I have written already that nobody's ever heard of. So
wow.
I have so much music on my phone, man. I don't even know what to do with it at this moment.
That's wild. And we were talking off the air a little bit. In South Carolina, you said there is quite a bit of talent in the world of country music on the East Coast.
Absolutely, man. And there's some guys, man, that are. We did a show last weekend with a couple of those guys, man. Tony Slaughter and David Lott, man. They're putting out some good music. They're playing a lot of shows, and they're writing some good songs, man. And got some good talent around here, so it's
that's
good
awesome.
competition.
Well, be sure to tell them about yours truly. If they got something they want to try to get on the radio, I'd love to hear from them. I hear a lot of music, and that's my fun part of the day, especially on days where I'm not doing my full-time gig that pays the bills. This isn't it, but this is what I love to do, and I love to listen to new music, and it comes in droves. I had 300 people last month that have never been on my website. They're first-timers, so I love getting the new music, and so be sure to tell your buddies about me if they want something they want to try to get out on the radio.
Okay, will do, for sure.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. And we're going to help keep pushing your music to radio, too, and getting you on this program gets you on 15 other radio stations, so we'll put you out there.
I appreciate it. That's a blessing, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So tell me this now. We were talking about you've never been to Branson, Missouri. You were, in fact, even kind of asking me where it is. We're right smack in the middle of the country. But what do you like to do for fun? Now, here in Branson, we're in the Tri-Lakes area. There's lots of fishing and there's lots of deer hunting. You can deer hunt in the city limits of Branson. There's so many deer here. What do you like to do in your spare time when you're not doing country music?
Man, honestly, I have a dog, man. She's my baby. I've had her since she was 8 weeks old. She'll be 5 this year. I love to spend time with my dog. I love to do all kind of stuff for her, man. Play with her, take her on rides, all that stuff. I like to squirrel hunt, man. Love to catch some squirrels and eat them, man. That's some fun stuff. And just hang out with my family, man. My girlfriend, we have a serious relationship. I love to be around her and just do things with her. She's an artist, so she does her own thing, and she actually does my album artwork as well. So we just spend a lot of time doing creative stuff, man. That's my passion. I wake up thinking about it. I go to sleep thinking about it. So people think it's my job. Really, I breathe it 24/7, man.
Yeah,
just create. Absolutely.
That is awesome, man. I love that. So we wish you all the success in the world. And, I've said this a lot of times before. If you do what you do for a living, you never work a day in your life. You've probably heard that one. But if you have even just a 10-year great run in the world of country music and then decide to step away, you've made an impact, because that 90s country that we still talk about today was 30 years ago. And a lot of those artists, did that. They only had a run of maybe 10 years or some even less. But it just takes a few great songs to become classics, and you're getting radio airplay 30 years later.
Absolutely. It's a great way to think.
And they all started as independent artists like yourself, to become these traditional classic country music artists that we know. If we just hear a few bars of the song, we know all the words to it already. That's how memorable these songs are. But they all started as independent artists.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's all about, man, is making music and telling your story to the world. Well, we appreciate you telling your story to us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Where can folks find you on social media and come and see some of your shows? I'm looking at some of your booking dates on the website that I'm looking at, but tell us what your social media is that you want to direct folks to.
Yeah, so Facebook's my number one platform. I got 12,000 followers on there, man. I put every show on there. I just announced the Midwest tour this morning, so I haven't added all those events to my website yet. But you can find everything you need to know on there between events, merchandise, videos, music, new releases, all that kind of Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram. And, of course, you can find me on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, iTunes. Just look up Andrew Wooten, man. You'll find me there. So.
Okay. Andrew Wooten. So that's good stuff. And it's Wooten, Andrew Wooten. Let me ask you this one more question. What is Andrew Wooten's dream gig? And it may not even be a country artist since you got a lot of rock and roll influences, but anybody who is either still living or who has passed that you would like to either have performed with live on stage or do a duet with, who might be some names we might know?
Man, that's a loaded question.
Isn't it?
Man, if I could have, I was him early, man, I would have loved to, just to meet Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Uh-huh.
He's a major influence in my life. Also, I would love to meet Billy Strings, play with him. That would be great. And Cody Jinks, I love Cody Jinks, man. I love his songwriting, what he does, and also he lets other songwriters, like he covers, like he puts out other people's songs as well. I love that about Cody Jinks, man. And I'd love to meet Benjamin Todd of Lost Dog Street Band. He's definitely one of my biggest influences as well. So just a few names right there. I could go on for the rest of the night if I'm being honest with you.
Absolutely. Well, and Cody Jinks, you mentioned him. I've got his music, so I can play a couple for him tonight on the program. We were hanging out in a venue in Springfield, Missouri, which is just north of Branson, a few years ago. And this gal walks by, and she's got a Cody Jinks T-shirt on. He's from Texas, and she's wearing it in the state of Missouri, so folks know who he is all over the country.
Absolutely, man. He's a great songwriter and a great performer. So.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you are too, my friend, so don't sell yourself short. You said you told me off the air you've only been doing this for a short time, but you are well on your way, so keep doing your thing, and I'm glad that we've hooked up, and don't let this first interview be our last. Let's do another one here in a few months if you want.
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. Love to have you back on. You got another great tune called Bury Them All. We're going to play that, and then we'll kick off one for the top of the third hour. We'll play 3 for you on a 2 for Tuesday. There ain't nobody going to fire me for that, but what's this Bury Them All about? What are we talking about?
So I had a gig one night, and sometimes I write songs before I go down to my gigs, and this is one of the songs that I wrote. And like I mentioned, I think we're off air. I went through a divorce last year. I was with my ex-wife now for 8 years, and that I don't want to get into too many details, man, because it's not my place to talk about that kind of stuff on air. But the song is pretty much just about moving on from that relationship and just burying everything in that relationship and burying all that toxicity in the past and just moving on. And just moving on to the next chapter and moving on to bigger and better things. So that's kind of what Bury Them All is about. So.
Hey, I love it, man. I've been there too, brother, and I appreciate so much when the artists tell us about things like these that, you might not go into great detail, but you're putting your heart out there and your soul and hoping that the world loves it, and we sure do, absolutely. So thanks for telling us that, and thanks for a great interview tonight.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on here, sir. Thank you.
Anytime. His name is Andrew Wooten. This is called Bury Them All on the Tim Kelly Show, KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I wish you could feel the things I felt. I've been trapped deep down in my hell. They make you feel all alone, bottling it all down in a hole. As they gallop to the open fields, I can hear the flames coming from over the hills, chanting, roaring, and calling my name. My soul is the only thing that they crave.
And I know I will be okay as you turn and walk away from all the things that I break. Sweep them pieces up and bury them all today. Waking up to find an empty room. Might as well found me way too soon. Scraping my fingernails all down the wall. I'm screaming out my name down the hall. Then waves of emptiness rush over me like the seas. I'm already here as hell inside of me. And I know I will be okay as you turn and walk away from all the things that I break. Sweep them pieces up and bury them all today.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
If it wasn't for the bottle and the crying, I'd be all alone. And the lying and the cheating and the weeping in this hole. There are days where I feel like I can't carry on. As a man, you are beat down, callous, and turned to stone. Sometimes I want to lay it down in that river of shame. Pass on through glory. And I've searched for the answers out there floating through time, to only find more questions without no reason or rhyme. It's been over 10 years since you went away from me. Getting closer to finding you
KICR Indie Country Radio.
Hey, 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 I wanna love you. Hey, I wanna hug you. I wanna tease you. Hey, I wanna squeeze you. So come on back to me. Hey, I've been thinking what I've been missing. I've been thinking, ooh, you've been kissing. So come on back to me. Well, you looked at me and I began to melt. Well, you touched my hand and this is what I felt. Yeah, I kinda felt like living, felt like trying, felt like living, and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me. Hey, 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 I'm gonna love you. Hey, 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 I'm gonna hug you. Hey, hey, I wanna kiss you. Hey, 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 I wanna squeeze you. Hey, 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 I've been a thing. Well, you looked at me and I began to melt. Well, you touched my hand and this is what I felt. Yeah, I kind of felt like living, felt like trying, felt like living, and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me. Come on back to me. Yeah, I kind of felt like living, felt like trying, felt like living, and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me. Come on back to me. Hey, 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 hey.
That is our good buddy Jonathan Lynn. That is called Come Back to Me. And thank you for staying with me on the third hour of the Tim Kelly Show. Glad to have you tuned in. If you're just now joining us, you're in for a treat in this last hour. We've got more of what we call New Country's Best. Double shots from every artist all show long. That's how we do it on Two for Tuesday. Let's do one more from Jonathan Lynn. A great ballad here called Lovers, Partners, and Friends on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
It's been years since we said I do. Baby, I'm still in love with you. It keeps getting better each moment we share. Every waking hour I live my life for you. And I want you to know the love I feel for you. Deep in my soul, you're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. We'll stay this way until forever's at an end. If you should ever doubt my love for you, you better think again. We're lovers, partners, and friends. Thank God for you every day of my life. You're the answer to my prayers. I want to show you how much you changed my life. I'm proud to be your man. And I want you to know I feel for you. Deep in my soul, you're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. We'll stay this way until forever's at an end. wonder, will our love survive as we grow old? My love for you couldn't be any stronger if I lived to be 100 years old. Girl, I need you to know you're my lover, my partner, you're my best friend. We'll stay this way until forever's at an end. If you should ever doubt my love for you, you better think again. We're lovers, partners, and friends. Girl, we are lovers, partners, and friends.
Hey everybody, this is Adam Grant, and you're listening to Today's Country with my good buddy Tim Kelly on KICR Indie Country and KUHSdenver.com.
Hey, I'm country. Well, I've been stomped by bulls, damn near lost my cool. Well, I don't need no sympathy. All night riding intensity, come on. With this misery, Texas gonna take its toll. Send me on my way. Well, I've been somewhat cheated, just a little bit mistreated. I've been up and down, round and round tonight. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. To kill the pain and sorrow of a rodeo, I just can't call mine. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. Get to Tulsa, there won't be no do-si-do. And I can't dance on Friday. Doctor says I've got to take it slow. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. To kill the pain and sorrow of a rodeo, I just can't call mine. So when I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. When I leave here tomorrow, there'll be women, whiskey, and drinking on my mind. Women.
His name is Adam Grant, good buddy of ours from the state of Georgia. That is Women, Whiskey, and Drinking. The previous two we're going to send out to Donna, listening to us in Nashville, Tennessee. Huge Jonathan Lynn fan. We'll send this one and the next one out to Shelly Lynn in Overland Park, Kansas, getting ready to be a resident of Olathe, Kansas. and her sister are listening to us in our live chat room tonight. And Donna says, that's a toe-tapping song. I said, I hope Shelly's not packing dishes right now listening to that. That song didn't have a break in it, but your plates might. Absolutely. Adam Grant, by the way, is doing a great tribute show to Garth Brooks, Ropin' the Wind Tour, it's called, and mostly playing in the great state of Texas. So if you get a chance, go see him at a live show, and he's got some brand new music coming out real soon. You know we're going to have it. How about this great ballad in the world of country music? It is called Let Her Hurt from Adam Grant on The Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on 2 for Tuesday.
Somebody else will fix his heart, the same one you've torn all apart. Now you're sad 'cause you did me wrong. You just don't realize what you have until it's gone. But in my mind, I take her back, but I've got to be stronger than that. Though this flame still burns, I'll let her hurt, I'll let her cry, I'll let her feel what it's like to hear the words goodbye. I'll let her tears pour down like rain. She can deal with the lonely, she can deal with the pain she's put me through. When she turned cold, she left my heart full of empty, with nothing else to hold. In my mind, I still want her back, but I've got to be stronger than that. This old flame still burns. I'll let her hurt, but those days have been gone for a while. Oh, what a fool that I've been, afraid of starting all over again. So this time, there's no turning back, 'cause my heart just can't handle that. This old flame still burns. I'll let her hurt, I'll let her hurt.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play.
This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
J. Michael Adams, 35, Kentucky born, and he survived by his wife and his 3 boys. Good Lord. Plain wooden casket, peace lilies in a wicker basket. Dry eyes, it's no surprise. He was living on borrowed time. Who did it? Who done did it? Somebody took one for the team. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in peace. His mama's still crying, and the preacher keeps on lying. No, he was not a man of God, 'cause he'd been called too many times. He was a thief and a cheater, a natural born deceiver. But the moment that he beat her, his ass was mine. She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in peace.
Her name is Taylor Austin Dye, Kentucky born and raised, and making her way in the world of country music. Great video to that song. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Taylor Austin Dye, and a great tune called Rest in Peace. I found her on TikTok about 2.5 years ago, and I've been a fan ever since. We had a great radio interview a couple of months ago as well. Her latest single is really catching waves in the world of country music. It is called Bible Belt from Taylor Austin Dye on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on 2 for Tuesday.
Lipstick on a map, cold coffee cup. Backseat watching mama get all dolled up. Counting change, sitting at the pump till the sun comes up. She'll be handing out love. Too young to stay by myself at home. Old enough to know what's going on. Sleeping with somebody new. Just doing what she's gotta do. And I hope that he's a nice man. And one day we can get out of these hills, get off of these pills, and pay them bills with all our clothes on. And one day I won't feel wrong. Born into this fire, don't wanna die here. I just want someone to see me. No, I didn't choose my family. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. The whole town's going straight to hell. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Put another notch in the Bible Belt. preacher, my teachers. At any hour of the night they could reach you. Police came and tried to take me, but Mama cried she needed her baby. It's like heaven's door is shut, it's so corrupt. Her prayers enough to get out of these hills, get off of these pills, and pay them bills with all our clothes on. And one day I won't feel wrong. Born into this fire, I don't wanna die here. I just want someone to see me. No, I didn't choose my family. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. The whole town's going straight to hell. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Put another notch in the Bible. Pay them bills with all our clothes on, and one day I won't feel wrong. Born into this fire, I don't wanna die here. I just want someone to see me. No, I didn't choose my family. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. The whole town's going straight to hell. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Put another notch in the Bible. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. The whole town's going straight to hell. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Put another notch in the Bible. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Everybody's talking, everybody's watching. Bible
There was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
A soft kiss in the morning, then I'm headed off to work. Got no time for real things, just the things that don't have worth. Grab my morning coffee just to make it through the day. Thoughts of you fill my head, and all my heart can say, girl, you coming home so easy. Standing on that front porch, looking so damn good. Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. Got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. Sunday morning sunshine, just peeking through the blinds, looking like an angel, wishing I could just stop time. Laying here together, holding on real tight, feel our hearts beat as one, makes everything so right. Girl, you Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. You've got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. You make coming home so easy. Standing on that front porch, looking so damn good. Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. You got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. Don't know what I'd ever do without you.
His name is Tony Corrales from the Tony Corrales Band in Arizona. We'll send that out to the biggest fan of Tony Corrales that I know, other than Tony's wife, Dina, our good friend, Miss Lula Bradbury in Indianapolis, Indiana. I know she's tuned in and listening. Coming home so easy. Well, thanks for making us your new home for great country music. Playing it for you is so easy. I'm going to do it again right now. I'm going to push play on another great ballad called Fight for Your Love from the Tony Corrales Band on the Tim Kelly Show, KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on 2 for Tuesday.
I still open doors for you, baby. Give you a kiss goodnight. And even when things turn out wrong, I do my best to make it right. You used to leave little notes. I'd find them throughout my day. I wanna be your one and only. I see you're in love but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. I miss you when you're gone, even just for the day. All the beauty I still see in you just takes my breath away. You used to walk up behind and wrap your loving arms around me. I wanna be your one and only. I see you're in love but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. Baby, I'm gonna fight to make this house a home. And I'm sorry I made you feel so alone. So I'm gonna fight for your love, show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down. No, 'cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. No.
Hey y'all, it's May Estes, and you're listening to Tim Kelly on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Almost missed the turn to my mama's house, just looking around at all the things that have changed since I rolled out. That brand new coffee shop used to be a gravel lot. It was the home game hangout spot, and now it's not. And it's real clear to see with or without me. The sun will go up, sun will go down. They'll widen the road on 58 South. Out with the old, breaking new ground, ripping my roots and my heart right out. Every time that I come back, it's further from what it used to be. I know I'm the one that left this town, but it feels more like this town left me. I just ran into Miss Robertson, my next door neighbor growing up. She said hi back, but I'm not sure that she recognized who I was. How can a place such a part of me move right on without skipping a beat? Covering my handprint with fresh concrete, paving over my memory. The sun will go up, sun will go down. They'll widen the road on 58 South. Out with the old, breaking new ground, ripping my roots and my heart right out. Every time that I come back, it's further from what it used to be. I know I'm the one that left this town, but it feels more like this town left me. On the outside looking in, wishing I was part of it again. I go back every time I can, but time marches on like that high school band. And that sun will go up, it'll come down. They'll widen the road on 58 South. Out with the old, they're breaking new ground and ripping my roots and my heart right out. Every time that I come back, it's further from what it used to be. I know I'm the one that left this town, but it feels more like this town left me. This town left me. This town left me.
That is brand new music from my good friend Mae Estes from Hope, Arkansas. It is called Town Left Me. Well, I'll tell you what, she's tearing up the town of Nashville. She made her debut last March the 4th at the Grand Ole Opry, and now she's playing there every month. And she's playing all over the place, so go check her out. Mae Estes Music is where you can find her, and go follow Mae Estes on TikTok. That's where I found her. She, and along with her 325,000 followers, are doing TikTok Lives on Mondays. She does May Day Mondays, so go follow her there. She plays a lot of her great original music and some great cover songs as well. Here's another great original from Mae, and one of my favorites. It is called Your Hands, Mae Estes, on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best. It's 2 for Tuesday.
I've seen your hands grease stained, turn a wrench, swing a hammer, take apart a V8, put it back together and never miss a move. They just know what to do. And I've seen your hands 10 and 2, headed east on 40, hometown in the rear view. You left for me, letting go of everything so I could chase a dream. Steady and true and strong, and right where I belong. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life, wearing that band. I hope your hand's always holding mine. I felt your hands in the dark, light me up all over, running through my hair and pulling me closer like nobody else. Know me better than I know myself. You pick me up when I can't stand, like my mama prayed for, kind of man. Beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life, wearing that band. I hope your hands always holding mine, when we got the whole world in the palm of it. When the going gets tough, ain't letting go of it. Yeah, we'll make the most of it. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding a door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life. Wearing that band, I hope your hands always holding mine. Holding mine.
New country sounds like this.
Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot.
And this.
Felt like living and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me.
And this.
Hey, pretty boy, you were pretty sure it was gonna work out for you.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime sky shining down on us tonight, ain't it, baby? Got a moon that makes two kids get together like we did.
kiss on a night like this. Yeah, that's just about as good as it gets, ain't it, baby? It's a feeling like we can take this ride as far as we want to take it, ain't it, baby? The song on the radio ain't the same, but it still feels so damn right. When you're lying in my arms, stealing my heart, the way you did that first time is kind of crazy, ain't it, baby? Girl, this must be love we're making, 'cause it's always so amazing, ain't it, baby? Song on the radio ain't the same, but it still feels so damn right. When you're hiding in my arms, stealing my heart, the way you did that first time, it's kind of crazy, ain't it, baby? Ain't it, baby? Ain't it, baby? Ain't it, baby?
That is our good friend Josh Ward from Montgomery, Texas, and a great tune called Ain't It Baby. Boy, go see him on a live show. We did that a couple of years ago at Southbound Bar and Grill in Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson. He puts on a great show, and the gentlemen can sing. They all can. They're all super talented, and that's how they make it on this program. We hung out at Southbound Bar and Grill last Sunday as well, so if you're ever in the area, man, we got some great live music in the live show capital of the world in Branson, Missouri. One more from Josh Ward. It is called Together, and it has been great to be together with you tonight on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on 2 for Tuesday.
There's a lot about me that you don't know. There's a whole lot of things that I don't show. But you can tell when something's weighing on my mind. You always find a way to make things right. Oh, but girl, you got me pouring my heart out tonight. You're the rocks around my arms, around my true north when I'm headed south. A lighthouse in my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. You give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. my true north when I'm headed south. Lighthouse in my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. Sinking down, you lift me up. Give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together.
Once again, his name is Josh Ward from Montgomery, Texas. A great tune called Together. That song, he said, never made it to radio, but I have played the heck out of it, and it just made it on 15 radio stations just tonight. How about that? That's how we do it around here. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of 2 for Tuesday. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Everybody in our live chat room, thank you. We are family, and we love each and every one of you. I want to thank my special guests tonight, Kyle Kilgore and Andrew Wooten, for joining me on the program today. Go check out their music, ladies and gentlemen. The next time I will be on the radio will be 1 week from tonight. We'll do another edition of 2 for Tuesday, and then a couple of days later, we'll also do Triple Play Thursday next week. So Tuesday and Thursday, I'll reset the timer on the website that will count down to our next live show. But go back and listen to all the others as well on our website, KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Next week, I'll be interviewing great artists Demi Michelle, Craig Hendricks, Bobby Ocean, and Travis Dalter from Canada. So there's going to be some great radio interviews and lots of great stories behind those songs. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like us there on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a corner